I think we're live. We're live, everyone. Yes, we are. What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back in with a new stream, and that is right. We are live on this beautiful August 21st, 2024. I hope everyone's having a phenomenal day, night, afternoon, midnight, wherever you are in the world. I'm starting to have a great day myself, and we are joined by Real Texan Politics. Hello there.
What's up?
So there's a lot to get to today. We had primaries up and down the ballot last night in Alaska, Wyoming, and Florida. And pretty good results, I would say. I think it was overall a good night, except for Alaska. I would say that was kind of the only iffy state. Rest of
Yeah,
them went pretty
so
good.
for those that don't know about Alaska right now, Mary Peltola is above 50%, and very slightly above 50%. I was expecting it to drop as more votes came in, but apparently not.
It kind of did, but then it just not enough. So you
It
got
went down from like 50.9 to exactly 50, and then it went back up to 50.4. So not not like above, not like very much above 50. It's like right at 50%. So
yeah.
I would imagine this is probably. I think this. I mean, I'm not saying that it's over, but I do think Peltola is the favorite for November.
Yeah, I think she's a favorite right now. Now, before we continue with today's stream, I hope you guys enjoy these type of streams. If you do, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and like Tyrone usually says, join the channel for just $1 a month. Think about that. $1 a month, you can join the channel. Best way to support the daily content. And if you have any questions, concerns, comments, or just want to support the channel even further, the best way is to send super chats via the chat. Again, I'll read through as much chat as possible, but usually super chat's the best way to get your questions answered, excuse me. Now, we already got a couple super chats. Lord Rhino for 2, Florida knows how to count. Yeah, can we just give praise to Florida? Like, what was it? Within an hour, they were done?
They had some issues apparently. I think, well, mainly with the New York Times. I think.
Yeah, so there was an API issue. It wasn't Florida having the issues. It was an API issue. But they counted the votes. It was like within 2 hours, they were done. I mean, think about that. They
Right.
counted, what is that, 2.5 million votes in 2 hours?
Pretty much.
Meanwhile, you have states like Washington still counting votes, which I think they finally call that race, but it's a mess. Like, every state should have the Florida system. I don't get why. What's the excuse not to have the system? There's a lot of early voting. Yeah,
Democracy.
It's a lot of early voting, but it's transparent. You know what's outstanding. You get results right away. Not, yeah, 3 weeks later, we got like 15,000 votes. Still a count. No, everything's done within 2 hours. Let's see here. Our dog show for 2. Won't RFK still be on the ballot if he drops out? So we gotta get to the RFK news, I think, right off the bat, because I got breaking news for everyone. I can report with confidence that RFK Jr. is about to drop out sometime this week. Let me pull it up. Yeah, so from everything I'm hearing, it sounds like RFK Jr. will drop out and endorse Trump. This is a big freaking deal. Because there was a big question mark about who RFK was hurting more. And originally it looked like it was Biden in those states. Just for the simple fact that he was winning over a bunch of Democrats that were not happy with him. But with Kamala Harris, they just went back to Harris. So
Right.
there's a good chance we see RFK dropping out sometime this week. That doesn't mean it's going to be today, but I think it's going to be like Friday. American Nerd for 2, rap is RFK actually dropping out today. So the rumor is it's be Friday. That's what I'm hearing.
I heard that from Alex Jones, but there
I'm
may
here
be
for other
someone else
people.
that's reporting that.
Yeah,
Okay.
Alex Jones said it. He first run to report it, and I guess it's accurate. So it sounds like it's going to be sometime this week. This is a big deal because RFK supporters, except that Chris Nelson guy, which, by the way, you're right. Chris Nelson. Yep. Chris Nelson supporting Kamala Harris now.
Yep, he endorsed her yesterday because RFK was Stump was basically shilling for Trump.
It wasn't really shilling. It's a realization that you're not going to win, and you know damn well Trump is a lesser threat than Harris. Because at least with Trump, if you're an average Democrat, or even like RFK type, you know it's only 4 years of him. You can live with it. We had 4 years of Trump and America's still here. But can you imagine 4 years of Harris? Oh, and Tim Walz? Can you imagine
But
that?
at least it's not Trump.
Yeah, But it's like the country would be gone in 2 minutes. So RFK Jr. I think realized in his his campaign realized, you know what? Let's use this as leverage to get like the head of the FDA or the CDC. Now apparently Alex Jones was saying Attorney General. I don't believe that. I think it's gonna be the health czar. That's what Trump's gonna make him. He's gonna make him the health czar. Which go ahead.
Possible.
Go ahead, let him be the health czar, let him go nuts. So, but yeah, RFK Jr., if he endorses Trump, I think Trump wins. I just don't see how you lose. Because virtually all of his supporters are going to back you at that point. Like, outside the Chris Nelson types, they make up like 1% of the vote. I don't know.
I think a lot of his online support was from like the dissents. They'll
They're just
probably
dissent.
vote.
They're going to vote for
They'll
Harris.
probably vote for Kamala Harris.
They're going to vote for Harris no matter what. So yeah. All right. Head of the CIA. Can you imagine him the head of the CIA?
Yeah, that would probably not be great for his.
For his brains. What?
I guess, yeah.
But the thing with RFK though is you got to be careful. There are some positions I think he'll be good at, like the head of the FDA. I think he brings up some good points about that. But some positions like the environment, yeah, let's not. But yeah, I agree though. He does bring something to the table when it comes like health and stuff. Because it's like he brings up good points about, yeah, so we have all these health issues out of the blue in the last 20 years and there's no explanation. Wait, what? What's going on here? And we're not talking about just small changes. You're talking about like, what's the obesity right now? Like half the country or something crazy like that? I mean, it's like, my God, there's a big problem here. And he's one of the only people talking about it. If they give
we did have breaking news as well. Bill Pascrell, the congressman from New Jersey, has died.
He died? God, he was like 87, right?
Yeah.
He was old.
Yeah, he was having health issues. That's 2 New Jersey representatives that have died.
Oof. Who's the first one?
Whoever was from Newark, I don't remember. I think it was New Jersey. Let me look.
Let's see here. DHP for 2. RFK for CIA or FBI director or FBI. No, I would just say make him health czar. And let him go crazy. Because he does bring good points. Chris Nelson still complains about Trump doing COVID. Yeah, didn't Chris Nelson or some dissimp say like, oh well, you have to deal with Harris for 4 years, but better.
Okay, the first one was Donald Payne. Donald Payne died back in April.
Yeah, I remember that.
That was in the 10th. That was the Newark district.
American Nerd for 5. Rap. Shouldn't Trump make RFK as head of the EPA since he has a background on it? Plus, he doesn't seem that insane on the environmental stuff. I don't trust him on that stuff. Remember, 2 years ago, he was saying, yeah, or 5 years ago, he was saying, yeah, we should lock up people if they question climate change. I don't trust him on that. But I think he would be best served as health czar. That's just my take. What's your okay, real Texan, where do you think we should put him in the administration? Like CIA, FBA, yeah, FDA, what?
FDA.
Yeah, I'm thinking that too. Because CIA, I think he might go a little bit crazy with that, like a little too far, but you might need that. General Hydra for 2. RFK is dropping and endorsing Trump, yep. Ben Sinnix for 2. Make him White House janitor. No, you gotta give him something if he drops down and backs Trump. Plus, I think he knows what he's talking about, some stuff. Yeah, there's some stuff I disagree with him on, but yeah. Rap, who could you see as Trump's press secretary? I hope it's Alex Jones. I really hope it's him.
My guess it'll be. I'm thinking Carrie Lake if she loses. Well, if she loses,
if she loses, it might be Carrie Lake. But I hope it's Alex Jones. Can you imagine Alex Jones giving press conferences? Oh my! They'll be there for 3 hours. I think Trump should do that. Make him the press secretary. Why not? Let him have fun with the media. That would be comedy gold. He would be there for 5 hours a day, just going on about stuff. It would be good. Let's see here. Trump should reject the endorsement. I disagree. I think the endorsement of RFK makes him seem more tolerable, I guess. like, what's a word for it? Tolerable, appealing? Because you're talking about like a moderate, or not a moderate, but an independent with the last name Kennedy. American Nerd for
You're probably bringing in more, I guess, maybe independence to the
yeah, that's what I'm
table,
saying. Like, you're bringing more independence over. That's why I think he should accept it.
or like disenfranchised Republicans,
Yeah,
Democrats,
disenfranchised
etc.
Republicans, disenfranchised Democrats, a bunch of independents that hate both parties. If they see RFK back in Trump, who knows? American Nerd for 3, RFK for Director of National Intelligence. I don't know. You got to put someone that knows what he's doing in that position.
I will say, I think it could also get a pretty decent boost to Chase Oliver.
I don't know. The Libertarian Party's falling apart. So, Charlie Howard for 2. You think Tulsi might get a spot in the cabinet? Yeah, I think she gets like Secretary of State.
Probably something to do with foreign policy. I could see DHS.
I don't think DHS. That's gonna be. I don't know. Might be. Maybe RFK could endorse Cornel West. No, Cornel West is gonna just he's the never Biden, never Harris Democrat voter. That's who's voting for him.
Also, he's being kicked off the ballot in so many states.
But Republicans they're coming in to save the day. Oh, I love it.
I could honestly see Cornel West drop out and endorse Jill Stein if because he's going through the same stuff as
But Jill Stein's
RFK.
actually on the ballot. Like, she's actually getting on the
Yeah,
ballot in most places.
yeah, but Cornell's getting kicked off the ballots.
Yeah, that might happen.
I think he got kicked off of Michigan and I think New York, if I'm not mistaken.
Speaking of ballot access, that's horseshit what they're doing to RFK, by the way. You see what happened in New York? They claimed, oh no, you can't be on the ballot here for some bullshit reason that everyone agrees is just horseshit.
Yeah, because you're not a resident in New York.
Yeah, it's like, doesn't he live there? Or was it at his residency for like 40 years?
No, he lives in California.
I thought he lived in New York for a while.
Maybe a little bit, but not anymore.
But either way, it's like, I never heard of some dumb reasoning. Oh, you don't live here. I mean, the ballot access laws in America, it should be like a small fee, like $100 for each state, and like you get like 20 signatures or something. Not freaking, yeah, you have to give us $500,000 and a million signatures, and you might get on the ballot.
By the way, I should mention RFK Jr.'s mother is actually still alive, Ethel Kennedy.
She's alive, really?
Yeah, she's 96.
Damn.
She's the widow of RFK Sr.
Well, yeah. Let's see here. He
And
literally lived.
I think she's also probably disowned RFK
Oh,
Jr.
I don't know. He
I think most of the Kennedy family pretty much did, so.
He literally lived in New York City. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he lived in New York City. So what are they talking about? He has no residency there. What?
It's just democracy.
Yeah, it's always democracy. It's democracy if it helps Democrats. But can you imagine that they have to kick him off the ballot in New York? Think about that. They're worried about New York. Which, I'm not saying Trump's going to win the state, but that should tell you everything. American Nerd for 5. I love to see Tulsi as Secretary of State, Defense, or even the VA. But I highly doubt she'll be confirmed because of rhinos and Dems in the Senate. I think outside of Murkowski, everyone should be in line. Murkowski's the only one that's going to vote no on everything. I'm a democracy manifest. Alright, so the RFK stuff is pretty big news, and I do wonder when it's going to happen. I heard Friday.
I think RFK also posted a video of like him basically, in front of a courthouse,
which is
because like he's basically going to all these trials. Like he's basically stuck in trials.
Yeah.
For ballot access reasons. That's also why I think he'll drop out and endorse Trump. But that's just
there needs to be reform in the ballot access stuff. There's no reason for this insane requirement. Like, it should be like $10, like a filing fee or something, and some signatures, not 10%, like 0.1 or something, because it's just insane to think that you have to spend tens of millions of dollars just to maybe get on the ballot as an independent. All right, so the RFK stuff's pretty big. We gotta talk about the Florida results, because I think this kind of dispels any theory about Florida being competitive. Listen, I know
So,
Republicans have a voter registration advantage, but this was an absolute beatdown. Like, look at
so
this.
Republicans in total they outvoted Democrats by about 500,000 votes.
Jesus. Yeah.
Scott won every county. Debbie won all but two.
Yeah, Campbell.
Stanley Campbell won Gadsden, which was a black majority county, and Liberty, which I don't understand why, because that's not even a black county,
Maybe
but
he's
whatever.
from there. I don't know.
Yeah, he's not. He's from Jackson. I think he's from Miami, actually.
Oh. Our dog show for two. RFK should just should stand states he hurts Harris. No, if he withdraws, he's kicked off the ballots. There's like a certain date. But yeah, so Rick Scott himself got more votes than every Democrat combined. Rick Scott.
Yeah, he actually got 500,000 more votes than Debbie
That
himself.
is oof. This was not a good
And
night for Democrats because this
and
kind of just
suck it, Mitch McConnell. Keith Gross got 9%.
yeah. What was McConnell doing here? I don't get that. Why? He was
Power
trying to pull
hungry.
something here and it failed miserably, just like the Matt Gaetz stuff. Remember Matt Gaetz? Oh, Kevin McCarthy's getting his vengeance. Matt Gaetz won by what was it, 45? Yeah.
Yeah, 45%.
Jesus. K Cup for two. Dems, only 500,000 votes, too close to call. Well, yeah, Democrats are so delusional. They're just saying it's voter registration. No. Look at Miami-Dade. Rick Scott and the other Republicans got like 112,000. Democrats got around 112,000 also. Miami-Dade, which is still plurality Democrat. Duval, Republicans kicked their ass in. Look at this, 56,000 compared to Democrats who got like 40,000, 50,000? This was not a good
54,000.
night for Democrats whatsoever. This was a disaster because it solidifies what everyone has been saying. Republicans have gotten Florida in the bag. And those polls that have Trump up by 2 to 3, they're horseshit. Like
Yeah,
how
and you also got to remember the Republican turnout's probably not that great just because, they don't turn out unless Trump's on the ballot.
well, I think with Florida it's a little bit different because you got a good GOP. But yeah, still you're right. It's like Democrats invested how much money here? The Democrat Party, they really believe Florida's competitive again. Well, this may have just shut them up for now.
I think the only L's we took in Florida, I think there were some school board races that we
Yeah,
lost.
Hillsborough. But you're not going to win every race.
I think we also lost the Miami-Dade mayor election.
Yeah, but she was incumbent. And when you get the
Yeah,
local
and because she's an
elections,
incumbent Democrat, and I think she's pretty popular too.
yeah.
Let's see. I think we got a few incumbents that we tried to knock out that we failed to. John
Oh,
Rutherford in Jacksonville.
he did not do good, but
Yeah, he did not do good at all. St. John's was a pretty bad performance for him, but yeah, he tried to block Jim Jordan, and he still won.
let's see here.
Florida's ninth, I believe. I think the candidate that we wanted lost.
Let's see here. Avery for two. For these primaries, do you have to be registered? Yes. So you have to be registered as a well, you can be independent, but either way,
No,
Republicans kick.
I think they are completely closed primaries.
I thought independents could vote here.
I don't think so.
But either way, that just makes it even worse then because it's only R plus 6 or 7, not R plus 20 or whatever this was, or R plus 15. So either way, Republicans did 7 points better than the voter registration would suggest. Not good. American Nerd for two. Will Rick Scott's win by a point streak end in November? Yes. I think this kind of sealed it. He's not going to lose. He's not going to win by just a point. He's going to win by like 5 at the bare minimum. Lord Rhino for 5. What?
Yeah, go ahead.
Lord
Go
Rhino
ahead.
for 5. I've seen some Democrats claim Florida as a swing state this election due to the votes only being 500,000 vote difference. Oh, gotta love it. I mean,
Okay, so yeah.
no, I mean, serious. Like, what's the excuse here for Democrats? How can you explain getting absolutely clobbered in a primary that both sides did not have a competitive primary? Neither side had anything
Voter
really
suppression.
competitive. Russia.
No voter suppression.
But this is just pathetic.
Also, Nikki Fried was at the DNC today
Oh,
instead of in
well.
Florida.
That's fun.
Oh, yesterday, my bad. She was doing the roll call. But anyways, as I was going to say, so next primaries were for Florida, so in 2026. We're likely going to see David Hogg run for Congress, and I think
David
it's actually
Hogg's
very
gonna
likely that
run.
he said he would years ago, and I
Oh,
think he's probably
God.
going to. And in fact, he has the perfect opportunity to because Florida's 23rd does represent Parkland,
I
which he would
hate that guy
probably
so
lose
much.
that to.
I hate that guy so
Moskowitz,
much.
Moskowitz is likely going to run for governor.
He's gonna get
Yes.
crushed.
Well, so if he runs for governor, whether he wins or loses the primary, that opens up the door for David Hogg, who would likely win the primary in Florida's 23rd, and probably the general.
Well, the thing with Hogg is like he's a scumbag. The guy literally used like his his like dead classmates as for political points. He literally did that. He's a scumbag. I don't know why anyone would support that. I understand like okay, pushing for reform after what happened. I get that, but he literally used his dead classmates as for political points.
Oh, and do you
That's a
know
fact.
which Republican I think is going to end up trying to run against David Hogg?
God, who's gonna run?
A certain black woman from the Miami area named
No,
Laverne Spicer.
no, you're kidding, right?
I think she will because I think she's tried like what two different districts in the Miami area.
It failed miserably.
So she'll probably try for the 23rd because it's a winnable district. It's a competitive district,
Let's see here.
and she'll probably lose the primary again.
Avery for 2. If RFK drops out, will he still be on the ballot? No. There's most, yeah, every state before like a certain date, if you drop out, you're not on the ballot.
North Carolina, maybe he could still be on the ballot.
But it's
I
not
don't
going to
know.
really matter, I don't think. Let's see
Is
here.
he even on the ballot, in North Carolina?
I They were trying to get him off the ballot. I remember. I know that.
Okay, he might be on the ballot then.
Let's see here. Byron Donalds for governor 2026. Yeah, I think he's a run for governor. I think it's Donalds or Gates.
Gates declined, so
He's got. I call bullshit on that. I know people that are saying he's running. It could change, but I don't know.
I don't think he will. I think he'll probably just get behind Donalds. So we'll probably be Donalds versus Moskowitz or Fareed or
Donalds is gonna
something.
kill him. My God. Jacko Max for 5. Can we get a 2028 Democrat and Republican bench analysis video? I know 2024 isn't over yet, but I feel like Dems have a garbage bench for the 2024 election. Yeah, I actually had a planned video for this. Probably after the election, maybe. Well, maybe it's September sometime. I do
I could
want to
see
do a
Loomer
video on
running for
that.
governor too.
What?
I could see Loomer running for governor too.
Oh God. But yeah, I think there's gonna. I want to do a video on that discussing the benches because people are making a big deal that Democrats have a good bench. Who do they got? Who do Democrats have?
In Florida, I mean, I
No, no,
guess.
no, for president. Like who?
Oh well,
I mean, Newsom. That's not gonna go well, but they got Newsom, I
Newsom
guess.
probably Whitmer. Pritzker's a slob. He wouldn't go anywhere.
Yeah,
Whitmer,
Pritzker,
yeah, Whitmer. Maybe Kamala. Not Kamala Harris. If he gets,
Shapiro,
yeah, Shapiro would probably be the best one.
but he's
AOC.
not gonna win. That's a problem. Like the Democrat bench, their only good choice is Shapiro, but there's a lot of stuff coming out about him now, and frankly, he's
Actually,
Jewish.
yeah, with Shapiro scandals, those would come out during the primaries. So,
Yeah,
yeah, I
so
think it would probably be Newsom or
it's been
Whitmer.
Newsom. It's been Newsom, I think, because I think with Whitmer, it's just not gonna happen. I think she's unlikable. All right, American Nerd for 3. What about APL for Florida Governor 20? Now, Luna's not gonna run for governor. She's been in Congress for a while.
I think a lot of the Freedom Caucus representatives in Florida, they'll coalesce behind one person,
Yeah,
and it'll probably be Byron Donalds.
I still think it's gonna be Gates. I still have feelings he's gonna run, but
So far, it looks like the only two that have publicly expressed interest are Byron Donalds and Michael Waltz, according to Wikipedia. I know Gates declined. Apparently, he declined back in October of last year. Oh yeah, Ashley Moody as well. She's probably running.
oh, she's awful.
And
Let's see.
then for Democrats, their current two that have publicly expressed interest is Chevron Jones, who's the chair of the Miami-Dade County Democrats. He's gay and black. And then Jared Moskowitz.
Bro, I can't believe people are making fun of David Hogg. For those that don't know, that's the guy that survived was it Parkland,
Yeah.
and he used that for political points. I know what to call. No one calls him out for it, but he did. He literally
Yeah, I
used
mean
his dead classmates for political
he's kind of
points.
a celebrity as well,
He's a
so
scumbag. Well, that makes sense. He's a celebrity, but still, it's like he literally used his dead classmates for brownie points for politics, and then he grifted off of it. I mean,
See,
you
he
use.
turns 25 next year,
Oh
so that
God,
would
he's gonna
be
run.
yeah.
Listen. He better not win. He's gonna win. Well, which district is he running in?
I think he run in the 23rd.
That is a Republican trending seat. I mean, I don't know.
That's where Parkland is too. So
That's a thing. If RFK endorses Trump, will he appear at rallies with Trump? Possibly. Yeah, I believe so. I think RFK is going to barnstorm the country for Trump. I think that's going to happen because I think he realizes that Trump may have
have
problems.
him
What?
have him barnstorm like New England,
Yeah.
like Maine and New Hampshire, really.
But that's the thing with RFK. I think, like, I disagree with him, but he seems like a guy that understands, like, you may not like Trump, he may not like him, but at least he could live with it, I think. Because he knows that if you go with Harris, this country is cooked. Because you think Biden's bad? Oh, boy. Kamala Harris is 10 times worse. Easily. Because at least Biden, you could argue he's senile. But Kamala Harris is just incompetent. Thoughts of the jobs report. Yeah, so there's a big scandal going around about the BLS. They inflated the jobs report for years. Let me pull that up. Where is it? Yeah, so this was reported today. So apparently, according to BLS, they overstated the amount of jobs by 800,000. Look at this. Their revision, they revised the jobs down by 818,000. Holy crap. I mean, that's not good. And the only reason it's not worse is because I guarantee you they inflated the government jobs. What? Yet again, it's always government jobs at one. Like 800,000 jobs down. Yeah, they were claiming there were 800,000 more jobs than there really were. LO for 2, rest in peace, Representative Bill Pascrell. Yeah, he died. DHP for 5, be careful, there's nobody more evil or cunning than Pelosi's nephew, Gavin Newsom. He also has an insane amount of Silicon Valley money. The problem with Newsom, he's a California guy. That's how people see him as. He's a California governor. BLS inflating jobs report, wow, shocking. But this is just bad because it kind of defeats the whole idea that the economy is booming. Just look at manufacturing. Take a guess how many manufacturing jobs are overstated. Just take a guess.
Few 100,000,
115
million, maybe.
115,000.
Oh,
That's awful. So remember how Biden was saying we have the greatest economy in the world? They revised it by 100,000 jobs just for manufacturing. You know the high-paying jobs? Yeah, it's bullshit. Professional business services down 360,000. Holy smokes. This is just nuts. Newsom would get crushed. Yeah, he would. I just can't believe that. They finally admit this. After all this time, they're like, yeah, by the way, we inflated the jobs report. We actually have we've actually not gained this many jobs. We lost like 800,000. Holy smokes. Lord Rhino for 10. Kamala's capital gains and unrealized gains taxes are horrible and will cause huge problems in the U.S. if she gets them passed. Let's hope she doesn't win. Yes, I want to explain this to people. To some people, I don't know why you have like Chris Nelson types. Why are they backing Harris?
because Donald Trump.
But like, is there anything conservative about about Kamala Harris?
Democracy.
Democracy. No, I'm being serious. These people claim to be conservatives, but
Basically, they would just say that she's conservative on preserving democracy, and Chris Nelson's basically saying that she's conservative because of tax cuts.
are you serious?
Yeah,
No way. Someone find that. There's no way he said that. But yeah, for
yeah, I
those
think
that
he
don't
did.
know, she wants a 42% tax rate on capital gains, which is just crazy. But on top of that, she wants taxes on unrealized gains. For those that don't know, that basically means, oh yeah, so you invested into something and the value of it went up 100,000 or whatever. You have to give the government $50,000. Despite you not selling it, despite it Nothing happening, no transaction, because it gained value. You have to give them $50,000. And it could happen where you do that, and 5 seconds later crashes back to actually below where it was. So you would have lost tens of thousands of dollars just on
There it is.
taxes. Oh my god. Superior Carolina for 5. I'm in Florida right now, and I saw dentistry with a huge Gates banner lol. Also, North Carolina seems to be becoming the next biggest battleground, maybe. I still think North Carolina's R+5 or whatever.
R+3 or 4.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm not feeling that great about Robinson right now, to be honest. But
I don't know. LO has been a member for 7 months. Thank you so much. Man Milk for 2. There's nothing more anti-democratic than immigration. Well, mass immigration. Yeah, if you just import a bunch of people, you're just replacing your voters. That's literally what they admit to doing. That's not a conspiracy.
oh, Trump wants mass
No, he
immigration, so I'm
doesn't.
voting for Kamala
Listen,
Harris.
if Stephen Miller's in his administration, there's no mass immigration. He's just saying that they appease like the libertarian types in Silicon Valley.
I actually did find a Groyper account.
What's that?
They don't have very many followers, but I did find a Groyper account that supports Kamala Harris.
Insane. So yeah, Chris Nelson right here. Kamala Harris has talked about cutting taxes abroad in the tax base. She sounds like Reagan. Tim Walz sounds like the father figure and coach any young man would want. Harris Walz is a fantastic ticket. Have fun, GOP.
Oh yeah, show the tweet. Oh yeah, show the tweet of him endorsing Harris.
Oh, I gotta. Yeah. Let me get it up.
It's
Right
in the
here.
chat.
And she, oh god, this cringeworthy image. Isn't this the same guy that made the Hope banner back in 2008?
Yeah, that's the same artist that made the Obama.
What a
Hope,
downgrade. Like, the 2008 one looked good. This looks like shit. Now that Kennedy has shown himself to be a Trump shill, I'm happy to be voting for Kamala Harris. Let's rid our party of corruption, greed, and false prophets.
I mean, that Hope poster. I mean, regardless of what you feel about Obama, that's iconic.
Yeah, that was a good ass picture. I remember back then, I saw it everywhere. It was iconic. It looked good. This looks like shit. It literally looks like
it looks like AI probably.
yeah. They're probably so
I mean,
lazy now.
most art nowadays looks like shit anyways.
Yeah, look at her face. What's up with her lip? I just realized that. Oh. I'm not gonna mention what that looks like, but you know what? I
don't know, a vampire.
I don't know.
Rolling Stones. I don't know.
Avery for 2. The fuck with those lips. She looks like the Joker. Yeah, she literally looks like the Joker here. But yeah, so Chris Nelson, he's claiming he's gonna expand the tax base. What? For starters, doesn't make any sense. You cut taxes to broaden the tax base? You mean simplify the code? That's not what Harris is supporting. Harris is flat out saying, yeah, we need to raise taxes on capital gains by 40%, tax unrealized gains. We gotta tax everything even more. Do you know how you solve the tax situation in America? You know how you solve it? Real easy. Move away from the income tax. Slowly make it to where we just have to rely on just on tariffs, like Trump wants to do. We were doing that for 100 years. Before, what was it, 1908 was the income tax? 1912?
Yeah, I think.
Before that, we relied exclusively on tariffs. And we were just fine. But now, we need income taxes, payroll taxes, all of that. Listen, I can understand, maybe a payroll tax for Social Security. Fine, whatever. But we are spending so much money on crap we don't need. You should be able to just rely on tariffs, like Trump wants to do. Zachary for 2. You see what Andy Bashir said about JD? Yeah, I did. It's disgusting. American Nerd for 10. Rap, if that David Hogues, asshole actually runs for Congress, who can Republicans put up against him? I suggest Andrew Pollock, a dad whose daughter dies in Parkland and is a Trump supporter, and I would not do that.
That could actually be Andrew Pollock. That actually probably would be a decent idea. You could basically to counter David Hogg using basically his daughter as political pawn. Of course, you'll probably also have Laverne Spicer running, but I don't think she can win the primary.
Superior Carolina for 5. If North Carolina is anything less than our Trump +3, we better go full scorched earth on the state. There's a real possibility we become the next Colorado or Arizona. There's always a chance like that. The castman for 5. That picture of Kamala is what she looks like after getting promoted. Oh my god. You know what? I'm just gonna forget about that.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
But yeah, so World War I was when the income tax started. Before that, we didn't need it. We never needed the income tax. So why is it crazy for Trump to say we should move away from the income tax and rely on tariffs? Why? How's that a crazy idea? We did that for years. We relied on alcohol taxes, we relied on tariffs, all of that. We never used the income tax.
Thank you, Woodrow Wilson.
Yeah, well, there's actually a weird history into that. But yeah, so the income tax I think should be abolished. Just my take. Well, I should say abolished, but like make it where it's only the very rich pay for it. Not like half or something. Make it like 10% or whatever. If you want to keep the income tax, fine. Make it where it's like you pay nothing if you make less than 100,000, pay 10% after that or something. Not, yeah, there's 15 different rates and we're going to spike it even more. So half your money goes to the government. No. Walk Talk 21 for 5. Democrats. Let's Kane Wilson never supported an income tax and blame Taft and Roosevelt. Democrat logic. Yeah, the second Trump brings it up, they're going to say, actually, yeah, it was Taft and Roosevelt that did it. Does RFK have any children? Yes.
I think they all support Kamala Harris, though.
I don't know. Is there any Kennedys that back RFK? Is there a single one?
No.
Yeah.
Like, literally none. They basically all disowned him.
Let's see. The idea would never work. The government wants all your money, even though it spends more than it can help. Well, yeah, I know it's never going to work, but there should be an amendment passed where you can't just get rid of the income tax, except for the very rich. So that's just my take. And if you want to fix the debt problem, cut spending. We are spending so much money on shit that we don't need. And I'm not just saying, oh, we need to, and I'm talking also like even the defense budget. Because there's a lot of waste in the defense budget. Let's stop pretending otherwise. They're spending billions of dollars on God knows what. I know that sounds crazy, but listen, we are spending a lot of the defense budget, and frankly, a lot of it goes nowhere. So there should be an audit of the government. If the money's not being spent properly, cut it from the budget. American Nerd for 2. Rap, thoughts of national sales tax. I disagree with it. I think a tariff works better. I think a tariff is better.
Mm-hmm. What else is there? Like the value-added tax?
The value-added tax is, I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of that.
I know Yang proposed that to pay for the UBI.
No, we can't cut the defense budget. I'm not saying cut it in half, but there's a lot of money being wasted on it. A lot of money being wasted. Let's see. A national sales tax wouldn't work. I think it could, but I don't think it's the way to go. Defense should be streamlined. We can't surrender Taiwan to the CCP. Oh, absolutely. I'm not saying we have to cut the budget in like half or whatever. I'm just saying, hey, do we really have to spend, what is it, $1 trillion on it? When half it's like disappearing?
Mm-hmm.
Lord Rhino for 2, no new taxes. I agree. Reform defense, don't cut it. That's what I should have said. I should have said reform. Just like Social Security. Get rid of the tax cap. That's a stupid system they got, but... Rap, are there any states that RFK dropping out would benefit Harris? I would say Minnesota would be the only one. Unless all of RFK voters go for Trump. But it would be like the Northeast. It would be Minnesota. Huh? 84Z2 Bear for 2. Imagine Harry and Chris running for Congress. Oh, God. Don't even say that. Can you imagine those two bozos running? Ugh.
I feel like one of them will at some point. I don't know which one, though.
Let's see here. When a simple bolt is being charged to the government at $500? Wait, what? Bolt being charged to government $500. Holy crap, really? That explains everything. Spend $500 for that?
For what now?
A bolt. It's like, it should cost like nothing. And they're charging $500. Yeah, that's the government in a nutshell. That's your problem. China's spending far less and getting so much more for their money. Exactly. They're spending like nothing compared to us. But yet they're efficient with their money. They're smart. They know what they're doing. We just have idiots running. They just think, oh yeah, just spend more money. Throw money at the problem. No. No taxation on Social Security, period. Also reduce spending on Social Security. Yeah, I agree with that. And you reduce spending by get rid of the fraud. Like getting rid of like rich people from getting it. Stuff like that. It's a small amount, but it eventually adds up. Also, you save Social Security by expanding the work base. The worker pool, I should say. Not by immigration, but by natural means, such as people having more kids again. Have a new baby boom. Companies that get government contracts will quadruple the prices. Yeah, and the government pays for it. They're like, I mean, seriously, Trump's first day in office, they were paying for the new the new Air Force One, and he got it cut in half. They were charging some crazy amount, and they're like, we want like, I think it was like $5 billion. He got it down to like $2 billion or whatever. That's our government in a nutshell. If it was Obama, they would just said, yeah, here's $5 billion, no problem. American Nerd for 5. Teddy Roosevelt would have won in 1912 if Taft didn't rig the convention system against them, and we could have dodged a bullet known as Woodrow Wilson. Yeah, Taft would have, or Roosevelt would have won if it wasn't for Taft. Our head news anchor where I work put in a story idea for us, talk about how Trump and Harris did the no tax on tips idea, but economists say it's a bad idea. Any validation to that? Who says it's a bad idea? Like, no taxes on tips is a bad idea? What? You get more at home pay or take home pay. Why is that a bad thing? I don't get it. Obama did say here's $5 billion. That's what I thought. Walk Talk 21 for 10. Democrats, see, Wilson had no idea how harmful his policies were. It is not his fault he did things. He was pressured into doing them. Roosevelt bullied Wilson. It is not his fault. Democrat logic. Well, yeah, they're going to blame everything on, like, any Republican ever. No matter what. Like, they're going after, like, Lincoln now for being racist or something.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, that's the Democrat Party in 2024. Blame Republicans for everything. Someone brought up a good point. They blame Trump for all the problems in America, but which party has had the White House the most in the last 20 years?
Democrats.
Yeah. What is it, the last 12 to 16 years? It's been Democrats?
I think so.
Yeah, so it's like, how can you blame Trump for that? The problems we're facing are not because of him. It's because of Obama and Biden being incompetent assholes. Well, Biden just is a senile, and Obama was corrupt. So, well, they're all corrupt, but Obama was just bad. I don't know. Blame Biden and Dems for everything. Yes, I agree with that. Hey, Rap, do you think New York 17th probably has a Cook PVI or even or R+1? I don't know. Wall's the father figure. Yeah, why did Chris Nelson call him a father figure? What? Did he lie about his kids? Did he say he got IVF, but they didn't actually?
Yeah.
So you're telling me he lied about his own kids being the way they were born?
Yep.
This scumbag has lied about not liking spices, has lied about how his kids were conceived. He's lied about being a football coach. Yeah, that's right. He lied about that. Has he told a single truth since becoming the VP?
Not that I'm
I can't think of any.
aware of.
I can't think of anything he said that was true or honest. American Nerd for 3. The government needs to stop buying stuff from Boeing. Yes, I agree. Boeing sucks. Imagine hold on. When in doubt, blame Harding.
Boeing's probably why you got all the plane incidents going on with.
Yeah, what's going on with Boeing? Like, what the hell? Now you have Trump and Vance's planes having problems now? Listen, I'm not trying to
Have you
allege
seen the
anything.
whistleblowers?
They'll keep this. Yeah, they keep dying. This is actually kind of scary where these clowns manufacture these planes that are meant for the president and the vice president of the United States, possible president and stuff. And they're failing all the time now? That's not good. Not good at all. But that's the current state of Boeing. And anyone that's a whistleblower, they die. Which is just, they literally Clinton anyone that questions anything. Tim Walz is lied about literally everything. Dems just like him because their type is older people. Well, yeah, they think, oh, he's an old white guy. That means he's popular. No. I don't care what the favorability polls are showing. They're full of shit. Do people actually believe he has a net favorability like 30? Really? People believe that crap? Oh yeah, he has a favorability higher than Obama did. Higher than Joe Biden when he was actually well-liked. Bullshit. Absolute bullshit. Lord Rhino for 5. Biden has been president or president or VP of the past 12 to 16 years. Now let's look at the decline of the US over the past 16 years. Exactly. It's been Obama and Biden's fault for America's decline. And I know it was starting beforehand with Bush and stuff, but it really were those two bozos. Walz unpopular. Well, I just disagree with the idea that he's more well-liked than Obama. That's ridiculous. Net favorability of 40 points, 30 points. Bullshit.
I'd say as far as the education system goes, Bush kind of started that.
Well, it's Bush. What do you expect? Next week, there will be a pictures of Walz lifting the Lombardi Trophy while wearing the Medal of Honor. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised. Next week, oh yeah, he was actually part of the Vikings Super Bowl winning team, which, by the way, the Vikings never won a Super Bowl. That's why if he would say something like that, it would be the Vikings won the Super Bowl because of him. They never won one. They lost like 3 times. So, yeah.
If they actually claim that, I feel like he'd probably lose Minnesota, but...
Well, yeah, people be like, oh, hell, you jackass.
I don't even think Walz would let them lie about that.
It's gonna happen. They're gonna claim he won the Super Bowl for the Vikings, even though they never won it. It's gonna happen. Or something insane like that. If Trump gets arrested and goes to jail in September, do you think his numbers go up? Yes. Because most people, they're against the idea of throwing him in jail. That's even what the polling suggests. That, like, okay, people support him being guilty, but not throwing him in jail. Walz actually liberated France in 1944, so he claims. Yeah. Rap, what should Lee Zeldin do in 2028? I'm still a little disappointed Trump didn't choose him as VP, but he should seriously consider running for something. I think what he's going to do for the next, like, 10 years is build a machine in New York. That's what I think's going to happen. He's just going to sit there and build a machine. So really, Bush is responsible for everything. I wouldn't go that far. Bush started the decline, but then Obama and Biden managed it.
As far as Bush goes, it's probably mainly the education and foreign policy.
Yeah, he started that shit show, but he started a lot of things, but I would say it was Obama and Biden that they managed it. They didn't fix it.
Education and foreign policy was Bush. Culture was Obama.
Yeah. Because Bush...
And Biden is basically everything else.
Yeah, Biden's everything. It's the bad parts of the Obama administration with the bad parts of the Bush administration.
Actually, immigration, you could probably tie to maybe Obama.
Yeah, but then Trump kind of fixed it, but I don't know.
Or you could even go as far as Reagan, actually, for that one.
Well, yeah, Reagan, you could really argue, started this, the immigration issue, but people don't want to hear it. People don't want to hear it. They just want to think he is the Lord and Savior. Which I don't get why people worship him. I just don't. I never got the appeal. Let's see. Walz freed America from the British single-handedly. Screw Washington. Yeah. Yeah, but Obama / Biden won in 2008 because of Bush. Well, yeah, it was because of Bush they won, but when you go back to Obama 2008, there really was a sign of hope with him that he was to be something different. He was not going to be the same old bullshit. In reality, he was
Oh yeah,
worse.
well, yeah. How else would he have won Indiana?
Yeah, people really thought that he was different. He was going to bring actual change, not the change that we got. We needed actual change, but he pushed the change on the cultural stuff. Remember, he was the first one to endorse gay marriage at the presidential level. First one. Not good.
I mean, late into his presidency, but yeah.
No, at the beginning of the presidency, he was not for gay marriage. People forget about that. They memory hole it. Yeah, he was always for gay marriage. No, he wasn't. On the debate stage, he literally said, "I'm for traditional marriage," in 2008. And then right when he ran for re-election, he's like, "Oh, actually, I support gay marriage now." Mike for 2. Reagan was an S-tier person, but a B-tier president. I won't even say... Actually, I agree with that. S-tier person, B-tier president. Yeah, that's about right. Let's see. Amnesty 1987 was different from amnesty today. Back then, people actually did come to America for a better life. Well, even then, the amnesty turned California blue. That's a problem with it. Yeah, not fun. Not fun at all. Oh, hold on, we got a Rasmussen pull out of Montana. Oh, Shahi plus 7.
Yep, that's done.
Yeah, that race. Yeah, that after that rally, the numbers just started to go downhill. When you have Rasmussen, they can be all over the place at times, but they're showing Trump's gonna win. Trump's or Shahi, I should say. Shahi's gonna probably win. We're looking actually kind of good in, oddly enough, Pennsylvania and Michigan. That's weird. 51 seat floor. At this point, how could Shahi lose? How? He's already at 50%. And the remaining undecideds are Trump voters.
I think Brown could still win, but
I don't know. I have a gut feeling that Brown's gonna lose.
he probably will. Polling is not great, but we'll see what happens.
Ohio.
Yeah, I just got to see how it goes next couple months.
I think it depends how well Trump does. If he wins by like 7 or 8, yeah, Brown's probably gonna win. But if it's by 10,
go.
All right, see ya. Hudson Dean for 5. Hot take. If it wasn't for Watergate, Nixon would have been better than Reagan. Oh yeah, Nixon actually was a good president. He just got, well, we all know how that went. He got thrown out of office illegally. That's what happened. So, Rap, if we have the Senate, could Democrats get amnesty? Oh, listen. If Democrats offer them like a corporate tax cut of 1%, they'll take it. They'll be like, "Oh yeah, we need amnesty for a 1% tax cut on corporate taxes." If they would bend over like that. Let's see. Real American, Mike Lindell, and Matt Walsh were both at DNC incognito. Was Mike Lindell there? No way. I hope he was. I hope Mike Lindell was actually at the DNC. That would be hilarious. American Nerd for 10. I know you don't like Reagan as a president, but I think you should watch the Reagan movie, as it looks pretty good, especially with Dennis Quaid playing Reagan. I'll watch it as I'm a history nerd. Well, the thing is, I don't think the movie's coming out. Apparently, they're having problems with none of the distributors want it. They're like, "No, we're not playing this in theaters." No. Jacko Max for 2. Nevadian here. Brown is doing a lazy campaign like Laxalt. That's what I've heard. Yeah. Apparently, he's just sitting, not doing anything. He just thinks, "Oh yeah, Trump's gonna win by so much. I'm good. I don't need a campaign. I can just sit back and win easily." When in reality, that's gonna probably cost you big time. General rule for Ohio Senate races: if Brown wins if it's Trump below 9%, Moreno wins if it's Trump plus 9 or more. I agree with that, actually. I agree that it's probably Trump plus 9. That's when, at that point, Moreno wins for sure. That's what McConnell is telling them to do. Spend all their money in the home stretch. What? Acolyte review when? I'm not reviewing the Acolyte. Which, by the way, got canceled. W's a chat. It got canceled. Yeah, what a great day. No more Acolyte, thank God. Hey, Rap, Barry Goldwater is the first neocon in this world. I wouldn't say that. He wasn't really a neocon. That's Bill Kristol's dad. Reagan's results are hard to argue with. Was America ever stronger than it was when he left office in 1989? Well, it was a better country, but there were long-term damage. He did. Nighthawk for 10. To be honest, the defense budget needs to go up, not down, if not just for an increase in payroll. 60% of the defense budget is just payroll. I think we need to go to 8% GDP for a few years to modernize. No, we're wasting so much money. We are wasting God knows how much money on crap we don't need. Again, we need to have a strong defense. I'm not denying that. But they are putting way too much money into that. It's unsustainable. We cannot afford to keep spending that much money. When will they learn people don't like this whole woke crap? Hopefully after this cycle. They're going to realize, or they either just don't care, or they're going to realize, oh, maybe we shouldn't make everything about cultural or woke stuff. Rap, new poll for Montana. Yeah, I saw that. Shahi's at 50. She's going to win. Hey, Rap, did you see the Montana Senate race, Wiki? They put a picture of Tim Shahi being depressed. Really? When God said, let there be light, Tim Walz said, hold my beer. Oh my gosh. Why is that so real? Tim Walz would probably say something like that. Something crazy. I don't know how Mike Rogers is pulling so well, especially because his name recognition is still terrible. I think Slotkin was a bad pick. I'm starting to wonder. Because Mike Rogers should be down by like 5 or 6, not down by 2. Or what is it, 2 to 3? Hey, Rap, what New York Republicans do you think will run for governor 2026? I don't know. I think polls will show Tim Sheehy will win by more than 10 by election day. Yeah, we're starting to get to that point. It's nothing but Sheehy plus 5, Sheehy plus 6, plus 7, plus 3. Couple tester polls here and there, but at this point, it's Sheehy's game, election to lose. Slotkin called the district pro-life when it was pro-choice. Really? Tim Walz was originally one of the apostles, but he was busy building a home for children, so he kindly declined. Yeah. I think California went blue because of Hollywood and Silicon Valley. Well, that's part of it, but I think a large chunk of it was also amnesty. I still think it was mostly amnesty that did it. Because you're talking about new voters that were not going to vote Republican. If Trump annihilates Harris in Iowa, that could be used to predict the Rust Belt. Well, yeah, that's a whole thing I was talking about. If Trump is up by 20 in Iowa, like the rumors are, I don't know. But you gotta see. Just gotta see. All right, if anyone got any more super chats, any more questions, concerns, comments, begin sending them now. Last calls for super chats, folks. Last calls for super chats. Trump was up by 20 in Iowa State Fair poll. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, Trump plus 20. But sure, he's going to be down in Wisconsin by 5. Bullshit. There's no way in hell you're going to have Trump up in Iowa by 20, but down in Wisconsin. No. I understand there's some tickets. I understand they're not the same states exactly, but regionally, demographically, they're very similar. It would make no sense for them to magically vote like 30 points apart. That's not going to happen. Which pollsters are affecting the Harris polling the most? Oh, it's definitely New York Times, Quinnipiac, garbage like that. I feel like, hold on. Chance Andriesic, Andreas Andrizik for 1. Thank you so much, good sir. Why do pollsters almost always get Wisconsin wrong? Because it's a very rural state. The problem is they think it's just Milwaukee, but it's not. Like, Milwaukee and Madison make up like 25% of the vote, or whatever. Not 50. Tech G0490 for 5. Hey, Rap, polling is getting ridiculous now because today Rasmussen came out with R+5, while YouGov came out with D+4 in the generic ballot. Yeah, it's all over the place. General Hydra for 5. Do you think Tim Walz and Kamala Harris are going to be the downfall for the Democrat Party? If they lose in a landslide, yeah. If they get absolutely crushed, I could see it. Not since a guarantee, but yeah. Tim Walz could lead a horse to water and then make it drink. Oh, God. Yeah, that's Tim Walz in a nutshell. Tim Walz is a very sad person. Very sad. I think the reason rural areas are so difficult to poll is because most of the state's population is in 2 or 3 cities. Well, that's not true. The population is only like 20% is in Milwaukee and Madison, or 30%. It's not half. It's 20, 30%. Which, compare like Pennsylvania, that's nothing. Same thing with Michigan. If Kerry Lake makes another dumb decision, then I'm moving the Arizona Senate race to likely Democrat. Yeah. You know, I at that point where I think make it likely dumb too. It's just getting bad. I have no clue what her campaign's doing. No clue whatsoever. Why are the favorable, unfavorable polls so off so much? Because the polling's garbage right now. They're now pushing D+11 samples. They're saying, well, we weighed it. It doesn't matter. It was still like D+12. You had to weigh it so much you get a D+2. Like, no. Rap, who should Republicans run against Pritzker in 2026? I think he could be vulnerable. He's not going to lose. He's going to win, maybe by a little bit less than, like, Harris, but not by 20 or whatever. I think it's a waste of time. And who do you really got at Illinois? The only good Republican I could think of is Mary Miller, but she's not going to run for governor. At least I hope not. Remember, John James overestimated polls by 3 of the last Senate seat. Well, yeah, he did better than polling suggested. He barely lost, but in quotation, but yeah. Rap, thoughts of Walt Disney? Pretty alright guy. Pretty alright guy. Anyways, folks, I think I'm going to end the stream here. If you guys did enjoy the stream, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Actually, quick super chat. Sam Madsen for 5. In my experience, Wisconsin is the worst broadband of any Midwestern state by far. That's probably part of why it's so hard to pull. Oh yeah, broadband here sucks. It's pretty bad. I think with Wisconsin, what you got to do is just overpull or oversample the rest of the states. That's how you fix the poll in Wisconsin. You pull northern and western Wisconsin way more than you should. That's the only way you can accurate poll out of the state. Only way. Because if you don't, well, you get some shit results that don't work. Should polls be as 50-50 as possible between Democrats and Republicans, even though some states have a higher Democrat percentage? Well, party ID, in my opinion, you can't wait for it. It's a stupid idea, but if you have a sample that's like D+2, whatever. If it's D+12, you have a big problem. You have a huge problem that Wayne's not going to solve. All right, I think that's it. Do we miss anything? We looked at the polling data. We looked at Chris Nelson being a bozo. Results were pretty good in Florida last night. The only disappointment was Alaska. Wyoming looked pretty good. Well, it's Wyoming. It doesn't really matter. But, yeah, Florida looked very good for Republicans. Yeah, it does not look like a swing state. Democrats want to be a swing state. It's not. All right. Anyways, folks, we'll see you guys in the next stream, video, wherever you see me in. Godspeed to all of you.